Another question, how important as a filmmaker, especially nowadays, where there's so much stuff out in the market, how important is it if you're going to come up with a screenplay and you're going to try to shoot it yourself to come up with a niche kind of film, or to at least try to put your film into a niche market? Is that a smarter idea nowadays?
Unfortunately, yes. I know of a ton of films out there that really deserve to be seen, that are independent, that are grand or beautiful and have an amazing story. But these days, people just want to see something either shocking or completely different, or they want to see something rebooted. And I would say that it's become a very niche market, but at the same time, there's always that chance that something could become, an original hit considered these days. But it's a very hard thing to describe. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish with the film. Like, when we set out to make Revenge, we never, it was never meant to be something that was more than what it was. Before, when we got Dark Horse, on our back, or basically everybody else involved, it was always just supposed to be a fan film, and then it just became something more, throughout the production process. And when we released the trailer, I was never expecting anything more than like maybe 100, 200,000 views.
Yeah. No, it got way more than that. It went
a little bit more. Yeah. And so we, once that happened, though, I was like, okay, it confirmed everything I already knew about the series, and that, it's there. A lot of other little things happened that was just excellent. Like the first being that Dark Horse is now re-releasing the Mass comic book.
Nice.
That you can buy an entire compendium of all the comic books together.
Nice.
And they haven't done that for like 15 years.
Okay.
And that was solely because of the trailer.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. And then, my hopes and dreams for this is that even if we're not involved, is that the Mask will come back in some way, shape, or form. And that's exactly what happened with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
A fan film for Power Rangers was created and released as a gritty fake reboot. And the idea was making fun of the fact that all these popular kids movies were being taken and then rebooted as gritty films, like Transformers and whatnot, or Battleship.
Yeah.
And
I got a script for Speed Racer that's extremely dark, that takes place like 40 years later, that I'm like, I don't know if anybody would ever like this one because it's dark. And a Speed Racer, like, well, and he's old.
They made it, and they actually had a couple famous people in it. It was James Vanderbeek and the chick from Battlestar Galactica. And, long story short, 6 months later, because of the immense success of this short film, basically it greenlit another Power Rangers movie. And so my hopes and dreams are that happens.
Which, it goes into, this is a business, a show business, not not show I like it, it's show business. And a lot of decisions, I think, are made from Hollywood or from the top, saying, hey, let's see
how much interest.
Yeah, let's see how much interest, how many viewers will go after this, just because it wouldn't make sense. I know a lot of people just want to see random stuff, but it just doesn't make sense if the money's not there.
Exactly.
Like, the money has to be there. I think in the future, I wasn't sure if that was me or you.
That's me.
I wasn't sure. In the future, I'm looking at the aspect that the industry will expand a little bit towards the Hispanic arts, just because, again, not only is it a lot easier nowadays to put out a film and have it shown on Netflix in Argentina and Brazil and everywhere else, all these Latin countries.
Yeah.
But now it just makes a lot of sense for companies to say, hey, look, we can make a film all in English, or we can make it in English with maybe one of the main characters also speaking Spanish here and there, and then boom, they release that all over South America.
Have it dubbed in Spanish.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a whole process by itself, right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Rise is not, but that's also because there's very, very little dialogue in it. But Revenge, we are going to have it dubbed.
Got it.
So probably Spanish and I think French.
Okay.
It depends, because we've been looking at what territories the trailer's been getting watched.
And it's usually one company that does all that kind of.
Yep.
You sign into one company and they do the different
It's
languages.
actually a company through YouTube. That's going to be
Interesting. Okay, that I did not even know that it existed through
yeah.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, they do dubbing.
Okay.
And they also have this translation matrix that you could use to do like the little words in the bottom and whatnot.
Gotcha.
So it's actually fascinating the process they go through with everything. And then once your film reaches a certain level, they pretty much almost all but offer for that to happen.
Interesting.
So it just makes it easier for everyone else to watch.
Gotcha.